MBR Radio, I'm Andrew Patterson. Well, Doctor2Go offers white-collar workers the chance to consult a doctor without leaving the office. Joining me is Michael Haskell, Chief Executive. So, Michael, telemedicine has traditionally been associated with rural medicine. What's the thinking behind bringing it to the cities?
It's a really good question. Accessibility is often linked to telemedicine, and accessibility is usually a rural conversation because it usually indicates a distance between provider and patient. What we find in urban environments is actually the time for corporates have accessibility issues for different reasons. It's actually that they won't take the couple of hours to go to the doctors that they know it's going to take. So they don't do their routine checkups and they don't take a look at potential symptoms early. They let them get more advanced because they won't take the time out of their busy days to actually go to the doctor. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring the doctor to these people.
So how does your system actually work in practice?
Okay, so from consumer-grade electronics or from a sick bay or wellness room, patient or team member just logs in with their passcode and their username, clicks a green button from their laptop, their tablet, or from the sick bay, and the green button calls through to our service. It's answered on the other end of our service by an RN, who then takes the initial feedback from the patient that's calling in to collect, the ideas and to triage patient appropriately to potentially take them down the pathway of bringing a general practitioner into the conversation or to take them down the pathway of bringing a mental health professional into the conversation.
So who's signed up for it so far?
We have one large corporate that we still are not releasing the details of to the open market at this stage, but we're in conversations with a couple of others as well, and feedback's been very positive.
So what size company are you targeting?
Yeah, so we're really looking at companies that have offices of anywhere from about 80 patients and above. Again, the benefit for the larger organizations are that most of them already have internal health insurance plans and they're already contributing to, that area of expenditure on behalf of their employees. Some of the smaller companies will have smaller wellness programs but don't necessarily offer insurance. So I think we kind of appeal to both the smaller organizations as well as the very large multinational companies.
And what about the financial incentives for a company to adopt a system like Doctor2Go?
It's a very good question. So what we have been looking to do is we've been looking to find ways to measure the ROI on our product and our service. Basically, wellness is defined in two different ways. There's lifestyle management, so that's your counting step program. That's your run days where a group from the office will go out and run every Friday at lunchtime. Those sorts of things are very good and they're very positive. However, it's very difficult to measure return on investment for the expenditures for those sorts of lifestyle management programs. Now, disease management is what Doctor2Go does. So what this does is this actually helps support people that are unwell, whether they're acutely unwell, they're in the office with a cold or a flu, or they've got an ongoing illness that they are engaged with, and they're looking to stay up to date and maintain their health with regular engagements with a medical professional. Now, what we offer is the disease management side, and that side has been proven to save money for larger corporates.
And just finally, of course, some people will have security fears. How do you handle security and storing notes?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. It is 100% secure. So everything's browser to browser. We actually don't store of a patient engagement. None of the communication leaves New Zealand, so the data sovereignty is all here in New Zealand. The document exchange feature is to go back and forth between provider and patient. They would store it, the patient would then store it on their machine. So they would say, get a lab test result, for example, and say a PDF. They would then be able to store that on their consumer electronics device, so their laptop or their tablet. That's not stored by us. So we don't keep that information locked away and potentially vulnerable at a future date.
All right, Michael, thanks for joining us. Michael Haskell, Chief Executive at Doctor2Go.